Okay, this is the real deal. So guys, if you're on, say hello in the chat. How's everyone feeling today? Happy preliminary commission day. Who's excited? Who's fired up? Anybody have a little happy cry today? I'd love to know in the chat, what are you grateful for this preliminary commission day? Like, how crazy is it to think that we're making money from our phones? I don't know. It just blows my mind sometimes. So really excited because tonight we have Dayna on, and I will tell you, hold on, I got to find you. I saw you come in. There you are. Oh my gosh, you look so beautiful. Okay. I'm going to tell you this. When I told our team, I have like an intro I got to do here. Okay. I'm so excited. When I told our team, first of all, that you were coming on, I think that I can speak for every single person that that saw this. They were like, I literally love Dayna. She's the most like, I forget the cute, it was like pure, raw, like just the most amazing, like kind, gentle soul. Like, I feel like anybody that's ever come into contact with you just loves you so much, for one. But for two, she just promoted to double diamond last month, which is, like the top 1%, 2% of our company full-time income. And I'm just so proud of you, dude. Like, you are one of the hardest workers. You're an incredible leader, and it's just the beginning. I know that. So first of all, congrats. Are you so excited?
Thank you. Yes, I'm beyond excited, especially seeing my paycheck today. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Was,
Yeah,
was
definitely
there some
excited.
tears? Was there some happy, like, oh my gosh, is this real life?
Yeah, I sent a screenshot to not a screenshot, but a
Yeah.
picture to my husband, and I was like, oh my God, like, this is what we're getting paid. And he's like, you go, girl. Like, he was just pumped. So yeah, definitely happy tears.
Dang, dude. Well, I know we're all really excited to hear from you tonight. Because I think one of the biggest things in this business is success leaves clues. And if somebody can do it, it gives us permission to know that we can do it. So yeah, I'm pumped. So let's get into it. I would love, Dayna, if you could start just with your story. And then we'll kind of go from there.
Okay, sounds good. So my story is a little bit dragged on. So I got started in 2016, I seen a girl posting about hair, skin, and nails, and I was getting married that year. So I was like, okay, I have acne, my hair's a mess, I need this. So I ended up reaching out to this girl. So I just reached my step count for today. Sorry, little celebration. Anyways, so I was super excited, and I messaged her and I was like, girl, I need this. I need this in my life. I got set up with it, and I actually started with the refresh facial wash as well. So those two items, and I was obsessed. I felt really good. I was confident at my wedding because my hair was thick, luscious. I had no acne. I just felt really good. Now that girl, she was not consistent on Facebook, and I don't even know who she is to this day. Like, she kind of like phased out. That was it. So then I ended up seeing this different girl, and she was posting consistently about this business. And then I seen her posting about hair, skin, and nails once in a while. So I connected the two, and I was like, wow, this girl is posting about those like products that I had bought years ago. So I started following her journey, and she was talking about how her husband at the time had cancer. So she was basically the sole provider from this online business. She had two little girls at the time, and she went live every single Wednesday. Like, every Wednesday. She was so consistent. So Wednesdays, I would make my coffee, I would set up, and I wanted to watch her. And I was so drawn to her because she brought so much confidence and excitement, and she wasn't even talking about much. It was like coffee with cat. That's literally what it was. And she was making coffee, and I would just like watch her, and I remember seeing avocados on her counter, and I was like, whoa, this girl's legit. Like, she is healthy. And it's so funny thinking back now because I literally watched her every move. And I remember her shouting out that she wanted to buy a Jeep. And I was like, how is this girl going to buy like a Jeep with an online business? So, anyways, I watched her, and sure enough, she hit a $10,000 bonus. And I was just shocked that she hit this $10,000 bonus. And I really thought it was a scam, but I kind of knew this girl personally. So I kind of believed it, but I just wasn't sure. So then I seen her hit a $15,000 bonus just shortly after because she had gone to conference. And I guess at this conference, they had like a, I don't know if it was a Black Diamond bonus. I don't know, but I remember her posting about it and she was just beyond excited. And I seen her post a picture by her Jeep. And I was like, oh my God, like she's not bluffing. She's not bullshitting. Like she bought her Jeep. She hit all these bonuses. Um, I was really busy at this time. I was working 3 full-time jobs. I took social work in school, so I was working at Child and Family Services, supervised access, and I own my own cleaning company. So I was cleaning like a foot clinic at nighttime. I was cleaning houses. I was literally working like 70 hours a week, busting my ass. And I still had time to scroll Facebook though. So I don't know how I fit that in, but anytime I was scrolling, I would see her popping up, whether she was posting about the product, the opportunity. But just know, guys, like I did not comment on anything. I like watched her like a ghost, like as if I did not exist. I didn't comment on anything. So when you think that people are not watching you, they are. They are seriously watching your every move because I watched everything. So then I seen her, anyways, I just watched everything that she did. And then she would reach out to me to hap for her. At the time, I didn't know what happing was, but she would message me to post for her. And I was like, okay, I'm not putting a post for a business that I don't even know about on my wall. Like I just didn't really understand. So I denied her for 2 years. So then in 2018, me and my husband were just getting really fed up with the fact that we were working all the time and we were just going further and further into debt. It just didn't make sense because we were working so much. But when you're working a lot and you're not really paying attention to anything else aside from working, it's so easy to rack up debt because I mean, we weren't making healthy meals at home. We were doing the quick and easy thing, picking up fast food, whatever it was. So anyways, in 2018, I decided that it was time for me to join her. So I don't know if I reached out to her or if she reached out to me for like the 100th time. I really don't know how it happened, but I ended up joining her. And my only goal at that time was to help pay off my student loan. So I had a $30,000 student loan. So every month I had to pay like $250 just to keep my loan the same. Like that was just for like the interest. So I was like, hey, if I could just pay like the $250 a month, like with this side business, it would definitely help us out. So that was my only goal at the time. I was really happy at my jobs. I was just not happy with how busy I was. So then, and not to mention, I had 2 boys full-time in hockey. Okay, so we were like doing all this hockey. They were in school, working 70 hours. I mean, I live in the north, so we had so many snow days. Like I'm talking like 34 snow days a year. So that was really hard because that meant I was showing up to work late because I had to drop them off at school, and life was just really hard and really busy. So now I signed up for this business. I didn't really do much with the business. I think my first paycheck was like $60, and I really, really enjoyed working the business. I was pregnant as well at the time. So on my lunch break, I would basically post a little bit here and there. I added to my story all the time. It was almost like my out away from my busy, hectic life. So me and the girls at work would normally go out for lunch, like on our lunch break and stuff. And I started to like not want to go so I could put up a post and add to my story. Like I actually was like really enjoying this business. However, my upline stopped working. So now here I am. I had no guidance. I didn't know about like group pages. I didn't know about Zooms. I didn't really know about anything. So here I am with this business in my lap, didn't know what to do with it. If I like when I wanted to pull up charting and stuff, I had to go through eSuite and figure out like in the document library what executive meant. Like I literally self-taught myself everything I know. So anyways, I was literally on and off for a while. When I had my third baby, that was when I had planned on really working this business because I was like, I'll be home on mat leave. I'll have so much time. So mat leave rolls around and my new baby, 6 weeks old, had to go for emergency surgery, and we almost lost him. And that completely changed everything for us. I went into deep postpartum depression. It was very hard, and that was just like the beginning of our battles. So he was also tongue-tied. He needed another surgery later on. We were back and forth to Ottawa for Chio, and it was just crazy. So I stopped the business altogether. And I didn't have like that leadership, somebody saying, no, no, you can do this, you can push through. I didn't know about mindset. I didn't know about personal growth. I literally didn't know anything like that. But I knew that I loved and believed in the products. I knew that I loved the business. It just wasn't my time during that time. So then in April 2020, so 2 years later, I started kind of working the business again. I was like, oh yeah, I still have this business in my lap. And I actually ranked up to Ruby in 2020 on my own. I don't really know how I did it because I didn't really even know about hacking or anything yet. So I kind of just stumbled my way. I just knew that I wanted to make money. And it was kind of like my out away from my 3 kids who were all in hockey and busy life. So then 2 months after that, I ended up hitting Emerald. There was an Emerald bonus, and I missed the bonus because like by like just a hair. Like seriously, I just missed it. And it was a silly mistake. But anyways, I still kept pushing. I hit Emerald in 2020, 2 months after I went Ruby. Then that was it for a long time. I just kind of like left it like that. And then it was time for me to go back to work. So now February 2021, it was time for me to go back to work. And I just like, it was after COVID and everything. And I went, and I don't know if it was like the traumatic experience of almost losing my baby, but being separated for that long was really hard on me. And I just didn't like it. And having somebody being off for so long and just like eating lunch when I wanted, doing what I wanted, it was amazing. So now going to work where it's like you have to, eat lunch at this time, you have to do this and do that, and you have a case conference, and everything was so controlled. And I just wanted the freedom. I really wanted the freedom. So I ended up coming home telling my husband that I just wasn't happy. I was like going back into depression. I just really didn't like what I was doing. So he encouraged me to quit and pursue It Works full time. And I was like, what? I actually had to borrow his belief in me because I just didn't really believe that that could be a thing. So that's what I did. I quit and I went diamond in May 2021. And actually 3 days before I hit emerald, or sorry, 3 days before I hit diamond, my emerald quit. So I literally had nobody working on my team at all. Like, so I think I needed like 1,500 group volume in, I think it was like, yeah, 3 days. So yeah, it was really, really hard. And I did it because I wanted this really bad. And it was kind of like, if I make this happen, I don't have to go back to work because that's the income I needed to stay home with my family. And if I just gave up because it felt like it was way too hard and I wouldn't be able to hit it, then I had to go back to work. So I pushed through and I busted my ass off. I don't know if I can say that, sorry. I was up like, oh my God, 1 o'clock in the morning, all those days, really, really pushing. And I did it and I hit diamond. And yeah, it was kind of the best thing I ever did. Once you make that decision, like no one can tell you otherwise. So that's basically my story.
All right, guys, give her some love in the chat. Like, who is already inspired? I think I saw a comment like, I can already tell this is the best story ever. It's just so crazy. And I'm taking notes with my super professional marker here that I just found on the ground before this call. But one of the things that you said, actually, a couple things that I really want to point out is the fact like that you're resilient. You know what I mean? Like, who has had like moving forward in their business and then you get hit with a blow, your emerald quits or something happens, and it's like, you know what, life is going to happen, things are going to suck sometimes, it's going to be uncomfortable, but like, how long are you going to stay down for, and are you going to stay back up, or are you going to stand back up? And another thing that you said that just made me like, kind of just realized like, man, people need to hear this is, you came into the business, you took a little bit of action, thought hard, you stopped, you didn't want to go back to work. And when you were back to work, or, you realize that's not what you want. And I feel like there's people right here, right now, you can put a 1 if this is you in this situation, where it's like, it is hard to do this. It is hard to put yourself out there. It is hard to go diamond or double diamond. And there actually might be some things in your business, because I believe anything worth going after is not going to be easy. You might have some things that you need to do in your business that cause you anxiety or discomfort, or they're not convenient, or it doesn't feel sexy all the time. Like, success is not sexy, you know what I mean? But also, going back to a job, if that's not what you want to do, that also gives you those same feelings, right? Like, it also can cause anxiety. It can also make you stressed. And so when you look at this fork in the road of like, I either do or I don't, deciding to do it gives me a chance of moving forward. And now look where you are, like double diamond. That's crazy. I think this is so inspiring. So the first question I have for you is, what did that like decision look like? Because I feel there's a difference between wanting to go diamond, and like, come hell or high water, I'm going to do it. So what did that decision look like in your mind? And then what did it look like in the action that you did?
Okay. So, so basically I sat at Diamond for 2 full years. And looking back, I feel like that was so silly, but okay, so I set that goal of going diamond, right? Like, that's all I needed to replace my full-time income and be home with my kids. So I didn't like dream past that. So when I hit diamond, I was like, I did it. I did it. And I kind of like put my feet up and just stayed here. I didn't have, not putting it on the fact that I didn't have a leader, because you do not need a leader. A clear example, you do not need a leader in this business. But I didn't have somebody being like, okay, so what's next? I was just like, yes, I can be home with my kids and everything's great. It wasn't until I started seeing on Canada Road to VIP page, they started doing those like shout outs of people who like ranked up to diamond, ranked up to double diamond, ranked up to triple. And I was like watching and I was like, yeah, you go. Like, I was super excited. And then one day it just like clicked. I was like, wait a second, like I could be getting shout outs. Like, why am I sitting here at diamond? Like, I could actually keep going. But like, I hadn't charted in forever. Like, I kind of forgot how to chart, because I was just maintaining. I was just sitting over here living the life. Like, I don't know. I didn't even know that cabs were a thing. Like, I probably have missed out on so much money over the years. Like, I literally just hit my goal and that was it. So huge advice, don't stop dreaming. Like, once you hit a goal, keep going. So it wasn't until July 1st that I was like, you know what, I'm going to rank up. I want this. Like, I was seeing Shannon J, she hit double. I was watching Caitlin Klodick, she hit double. I was watching all of these girls hit, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. I was watching all of these team members, sideline sisters that I absolutely love and adore. And I was watching them like rank up and I was like, what am I doing over here? So yeah, July 1st, I decided, I was like, Kate, I'm going to do this. So I pulled out my charting, a double diamond chart. This was my first time ever, ever, ever looking at a double diamond chart, was July 1st. And I looked at that thing and there was a huge part of me that was like, no, never mind, I changed my mind. But you know what? I wanted this, and I actually had the extra push of needing to hit this in order to earn my husband's trip to Jamaica as well. So I had a lot of extra push. So I took out this chart and I recharted myself. I did 2 separate charts, and I literally looked at this chart every single morning and every single night. Like, this was like my biggest goal was hitting this. And 30 days later, I hit it. And I'm super proud of myself for doing that. The main thing that I had to do was put my own oxygen mask on first. So I heard this from Stacey Alcala, was basically what I had been doing was always putting on the oxygen mask for my team. So I was there like 24/7. Anytime my team needed me, I was there. And I literally just needed to learn to focus on like my own goals first, So getting up in the morning and doing my own tasks before helping anybody else. And I'm telling you, as a social worker, this is like the hardest thing I ever had to do. And also allowing my team to develop into leaders. So we have like a team chat, and anytime somebody ranks up in my team, I actually label them in the team. So if somebody goes Ruby, I put fancy writing for their nickname, and it'll say Ruby leader. So it'll have like a red diamond, I guess, and that resembles Ruby. And then leader Amy. So that'll show that she's a leader in the group chat. If somebody goes diamond, they get the little blue diamond next to their name and it says diamond leader Charlie. If somebody is emerald, it'll be like a green circle and it says emerald leader Alexandra, and so on and so on and so on. And the thing with that is that now everybody in my group chat knows who the leaders are. And if I'm not available, because I had to really step back and make myself a little bit less available so that my team could step up as leaders. And now they know who to go to because they can see in the team chat, oh, there's a Ruby leader, there's an Emerald leader, there's a Diamond leader, and they can go and ask for help because it's all one team, one mission. So that's something huge I had to do. As well as when I first would wake up in the morning, I was like, oh my God, okay, this person needs help. And I wouldn't even have my coffee yet. And I was like talking to people, messaging them, helping them. And now when I wake up in the morning, it's mindset. Absolutely 100%. I do my mindset first before I do anything else in self-care. So I literally will play my book, my Audible, and I'll do my skincare routine, take care of me. And that's been huge. Then actually I'll tell you what I do later because I know that you're gonna ask me that later. But anyways, I basically have started to take action in a way of just like working on my own goals first. So it's like increased my enrollments and everything. So that was great. And that's basically what I had to do to decide to go double. And I guess in 30 days from making that decision, like a solid decision, I was able to do it. So that's basically it.
Dude, this is so good so far. Like, and I love that tip that you just said. Like, our chat's like, oh my gosh, that's so smart with the ruby and emerald and diamond. So probably gonna steal that from you. I love that. Now, one thing that I'm just like I'm hearing as you're talking, I feel that you're the perfect example of like when you know the why, when you know why you want this and it's so clear, you just figure out the how to. Like your mindset will lead you to the actions that is required for you to get those results. And so I feel like a lot of people are just so focused on like, well, like what is happen? Like, how do I do it? Like, no, dude, like you just got to figure out why, what is your burning desire to want to be successful here? And when that comes to you, everything else will be so simple. So, okay, this is so good already. Okay, so I'm going to try and stay on track with our questions because I'm like, I could go in so many directions right now. You know me. Okay. So there's three things that we kind of talked about where everyone here wants to promote, right? Who wants to go diamond and above? Put a 2 in the chat right now. I just want to know. So we talked about 3 different things to make that happen. Okay. That's going to apply to all of you, no matter what level you're at. 1, enrolling customers, 2, enrolling distributors, but 3, leadership and duplication. So we're going to break this part up into kind of 3 separate spots. I'll let you kind of take it away for customers first, but share with us what are you doing daily that is bringing you customers? Like what are the levels you're doing them at? So like if you're say I'm doing HAP, you're getting how many up a day, and just as much details about getting customers as possible, and then we'll go on to the other 2.
Okay, perfect. So one of the biggest advices I can give you is get an accountability partner. Seriously, it doesn't matter if they're a different time zone. My accountability partner lives in Vancouver. So seriously, it doesn't matter. We literally hold each other accountable. So as soon as I get up in the morning, I am adding to my network. So I will add all the way until I get blocked from getting from adding. And then I have to take that screenshot and send it to my accountability partner to show like I got that done. Okay. So now how I'm getting my customers is every single night before I go to bed, I am getting at least, I don't really count the messages, but I aim for roughly 60 messages out before I go to bed. So those are usually coming from a giveaway post. So I'll put up a giveaway post during the week. And then all the people who commented on that, I will go and message them, and I'll, sorry, I'm distracted by your cutie. Yeah, so I'll message them asking them to hap for me. And then also I try to get other people to put up giveaway haps for me. So then I also have like a bunch of people I can message from over in this direction. So usually if somebody puts up a giveaway hap for me, I'll get like 30 comments on it. So then I'm messaging those people. Sometimes before bed, I will just message from like 2 different giveaway hap messages. And then I'm asking those people to post for me. So happing is basically how I'm getting most of my customers. I don't really count how many haps up I get each day. It's just the next morning when I wake up, because I don't respond back to anybody. I'm literally sending out like 60 messages before I go to bed. And as they're responding, a lot of people will message right away. It's amazing how many night owls there are. They're like, yeah, but I don't want people posting at like midnight. So I don't even, respond back to them until the next morning. I make my morning coffee. As I'm sitting down for my coffee, I will respond back to people. I'm like, hey, perfect. Here you go. I don't apologize. I'm not like, sorry, I fell asleep. No, I'm just like, hey, perfect. Here's the post. And I'm just like getting them up. So as I'm sitting having my coffee, haps are going up and I feel fulfilled because I feel like I got lots of my work done. The next night, I do the exact same thing, getting all those messages sent out. The following morning, giving them the post to put up. So it's kind of like a cycle. And then not only that, I'm also being a product of the product. So like people are seeing me in my story every single day. I am putting, I'm making my coffee, been slacking on my aloe, but yes, I do my aloe. Today I did a live about the hair serum and so on and so on. They're seeing me using the products. They feel my energy. I'm excited about them. I don't do many posts for products like on my Facebook. However, I did today. I put up like a gummy post and I got 2 customers just from like that post today. One of my favorite things to do is if I'm posting just about the gummies, once like if I'm doing the order for them, once they give me all of their information, I'll say, hey, I just got a notification that you can actually get a bottle of Thermophyte for $65 added to your order, a whole month's supply. Do you want it? And most of the time they're like, sure. So I make it seem like it's a very special thing. And then I just add it to their order and I just bumped up that volume. And that's basically how I'm getting my customers.
Okay, I love this. So you're happing, you're obviously sending out a mass amount of messages. And you guys, this is the other thing, like I feel people are in this mindset of like, okay, I'm going to message 10 and I'll just see how it goes. And then they're like, well, 7 didn't answer. So this is a loss. And it's like, no, it's just the volume that you're doing. So when you're like, oh, I'm sending out 60 messages, I mean, that's a lot of messages. Like, most people won't sit and send out 60 messages. But obviously that's what works, right? Like I think about like back in the day, we didn't have haps and we didn't have reels. It's how did we promote? We had conversations, and you have to be, maybe you could share about this, but like what, give your opinion on, or give your tips to someone that would think like, I'm scared of someone saying no, or, like dealing with rejection.
So I go for no. Like if I get like 30 no's in a day, it's successful. If I don't get at least 10 no's, I'm like, I did not work very hard today. Like, trust me, your no's are going to become your distributors. How many, like I said no for 2 years and now I'm a double diamond. Okay. So like go for no, because every time you get a no, that's a new set of eyes on your Facebook page. So every time, you're messaging somebody and they respond, just be thankful you got a response, because I'm also aiming for tons of like, red messages where they don't even respond. Now, the thing is you can't take offense to that, because I've been that mom. I've been that busy, busy mom at the cash out or the checkout at the superstore. And I'll have somebody messaging me saying, hey, my baby's in like this cute contest. Can you vote? And I had full intentions to vote. I open it. I'm like, oh, cute. Yeah, I'll do that later. Now I'm busy. I'm putting all my groceries in my cart. I go to my car. I get home. I'm unloading. Now it's supper time. Do you think I'm thinking about that cute baby in a contest that I'm supposed to vote on? No. Right. But if they followed up with me, maybe I would have thought about it. Do you know what I mean? So you just have to like not take anything personally. People are not out to get you. People are not thinking like, I'm going to say no just to like make her upset. They're saying no because they don't even understand what you're asking them. Sometimes if I get a no, I will voice note somebody and I'll be like, hey, like, no worries, girl. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm just really excited to give away $300 this month. I do these every month. So if you ever decide, message me. When I send those voice notes and they hear my voice and they see that I don't care, I'm just giving away money. So if you want to do it, you can. I have a lot of people that come back saying, oh, I didn't really understand. Okay, sure. Like, I can do that, you know? So I love doing that because they hear that you're a real person. So that's another tactic that I take.
It's so good. You know, that I just, as you're saying this, I'm like writing down notes. And two things that I wrote down that you just said was the pivot and your attitude around it. I'm listening to what you're saying, but then also hearing like frustrations that, you know, people in the field have, like, oh, I did this and I didn't get the response, or, you know, and it's like, okay, one, what is your pivot? Because some people are gonna be like, well, they didn't answer. But it's like, no, you sent them a voice message where now you're breaking down that barrier. And this is how you're moving forward times every situation ever. Like your pivot has to be strong. So, number one. But number two, your attitude. Like you said, you know, kind of bringing it back to personal development. What's that? Is it Earl Nightingale? I think if you type in Earl Nightingale attitude on YouTube, it literally says, I don't know if it's Earl Nightingale now. Anyways, whatever. So I'll send it in somewhere after. But it literally says, like, it's just how you perceive something. So if you're sitting here saying, well, nobody's going to do it, but when you're out here saying like, no, I'm going to message these people, I expect them, I expect that if they didn't answer, it's not because they don't want it, it's because they're busy. You get more of that and you can just see it. Like, your mindset's so strong. So, okay. So I love that. So HAP, messages, consistency, you're in your stories, success leaves clues. Now, distributors. So if, you know, I'm a big believer, like if somebody wants to post about a product to attract a customer, that's going to work. You have to post a whole different type of way to attract somebody to be in business with you. Tell us what you do for that. How do you get your DTs?
Okay, so the main way I get my distributors is attraction marketing. I love just talking about what the business is doing for me. I don't really put call to actions very much on my posts. You will see them throughout my posting, you will see them. But I like to keep my news feed very clean. So like every at the end of every week, I will go and do like a Facebook cleanup. If there's like tons of like product posts, I'll go and delete some. If there are, you know, opportunity posts, I'll bump them by just like, I don't know, responding back to people on the post and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's like, like just showing my excitement. My new diamond that, you know, just joined, she joined 6 months ago. Her name's Charlie. And I mean, she joined the business just from me shouting out my goals. I didn't even know this girl, but I shouted out that I wanted to buy my husband a boat. So I was like really trying to get these bonuses. We had Christmas cash, we had a whole bunch of different bonuses. And I kept shouting out that I wanted to buy a boat. I didn't want to just like go into debt over a boat. I wanted to like buy it cash for my husband with this business. And I kept shouting that out. And I guess this girl was working at the hospital and she actually seen me purchase my boat. And I posted about it. And she went into work that day and was like, she bought a boat. And then she messaged me the next day and joined me. So I was always really scared to shout out goals. I really thought it was would come across like showing off or something. But it is so important to shout your dreams out, shout your goals out. I remember posting about the fact that I wanted to buy my kids a pool. Like I really wanted to buy them a swimming pool. And I actually got a bonus and I bought them a pool. And I posted about that. And I had people coming to me being like, oh my God, like you did it. I was watching you months ago and I was like rooting for you. And like it's exciting. And the thing is I was really nervous to shout out goals because I was like, what if I don't do it? Like, I didn't think I was actually going to get a boat. Like, honestly, I really wasn't sure if I would get a boat. And I'm so happy that I shouted that out because it kind of pushed me to go after it that much harder because I'm like, okay, well, now it's really out there. I really need to do this. And now it's kind of neat because now when we're out on this boat, I'm like posting that this is my work office for the afternoon, you know, like this boat that I paid for, it's neat. So definitely shouting out big, scary, bold goals is a main way I get my distributors. Attraction marketing, like just attracting them to me because they feel my energy. They feel that I'm passionate about it. I always talk about how, you know, I've always been in the work field of helping people. Nothing's changed. I can just help people so much easier now. I've helped moms come off of social assistance. I've helped moms provide food for their children without standing in line at, you know, a food bank. And I'm shouting those types of things out. I will do things like every Christmas, I go and I put envelopes with um, a gift card and like a positive quote, and I stick it onto the vehicle, like the windshield of all the cars at the emergency parking lot, people who are stuck in emerge over Christmas. I do this every year and I shout that out, showing people like what you can do when you start making an income, right? So they're seeing that and they're seeing my excitement. So I don't necessarily send a lot of like distributor messages like, hey girl, you should join me, but I'm posting about this business and my excitement every day.
That is so good. I just love you guys, like, put like a fire or the word fire. If these are amazing tips, dude. Like, it really, you're saying it so simply, but it's just true. And I think you guys have to remember that you don't have to have a goal. Like, you can have whatever goal that you want with this. Like, you could be starting right now and have never made money and apply what she's saying. Like, where are you going? What is your vision? People want to be a part of something that has vision. This is so freaking good. Okay, so just because I'm curious, let's say somebody comes to you and they say, what is it that you do? What is your, like, how are you getting somebody from being interested in the business to actually like closing them?
So when I get that message, I usually I say, can I voice note you? Because the worst thing I hate is when I send a voice note and somebody can't listen for like hours later because they're at work, right? So I always ask, I'm like, am I able to voice note you? If they say yes, then I go into basically my story. I'm like, hey, like I'm super excited. Like I love what I do. I've been working this business for 5 years. I talk about some of my highlights in the business, some of my lows in the business. And I literally just kind of, I try to talk about the fears that they most likely have. So like I'll say like I started this business with only 200 friends on Facebook. I didn't even know how to add to my story. My sister made my Facebook account for me. I didn't even know what I was doing. And here I am matching my husband's mining paychecks from my phone. And like I'll say stuff like that, just kind of like getting them excited. Now, if they say, sorry, I'm somewhere where like I can't really answer, I kind of follow the scripts. So like I'll use a script that's like, okay, well, I work for a health and wellness company, you know, we're debt free, we're family based, we're a Christian based company, you know, like that little blurb, but I always add my own story to it. I just talk about how long I've been in the business, how I'm a busy mom with 3 boys, how, yeah, I kind of tell my story, and usually it grabs their attention right away because I'm being real and being authentic. I'm not like, yeah, you can make like $40,000 a month, you know, like I'm not like throwing that in their face. I'm basically just telling them, you know, where I was, where I'm at now, and where I'm going. Like I really tell them my goals right away. So I'm always like, in 5 years from now, I plan on being in the millionaire club. Like I will flat out say that to somebody. I'm excited and I'm just throwing that out there. And yeah, people are usually right on board. And then I go over, you know, the pricing and all of that. And I'm usually just locking them in because I'm just so excited. And the thing is I never make it about me. I never ever make it about like, I want you to join. I only need 3 more people. It's very much like, you need this. You're going to love this. And I'm here for you. Whether you want to just like, I don't know, add some extra cash in your pocket, whether you want to pay for your gas, you want to add money for your groceries. Like I remember being that mom and looking at stuff and calculating in my head and being like, oh, actually, we don't need this. I forgot I have a bag at home, making those excuses because you just like, you don't want to say that you don't have the funds, right? Hoping that the amount goes through. Like I will say that to people. I remember being there, look at the inflation. So I just make it very much about them. And I make it seem like it's risk free. If you think about it, they are buying these amazing products and they can make the decision on if they want to work or not. And I basically tell them I'm here to hold their hand like every step of the way. I've completely transitioned my training. Um, ever since completely like changing up my training method, I have distributors who are actually like leaping into the business now from what I used to do. And I feel like that comes with like a lot of confidence. Um, and yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, I love this so much. And you're right. Like it really is. I feel people get in this space where they're like, I gotta like hook them in and like swindle them and like make them like fall. Like, no, if that's what you're thinking about, like you're going at it the wrong way. It really is about serving people. This is why you can't ever get mad if like people get all mad that their leads don't sign up. And it's like, dude, you can't even have that attitude because it's not even about you. Like it is about them. And the more you can understand that your success is literally like serving and helping people and like showing them, you're going to you're going to attract more people. I mean, you're going to repel people if you don't do that, honestly. Like you just will repel people. Okay, so I love this. Now I have a couple follow-up questions. I know I'm like, sorry, I just have a couple. I have to because I have a couple, but let's start here. Um, leadership. Let's talk what you're doing to duplicate with. Okay, I'm going to split this question into two. First of all, what you did leadership to take your team from even ruby to double or diamond to double, like how you moved them along, how are you spending your time with them? And then the second question I have is I would love to hear about how you're onboarding the newer people. So kind of like leadership and duplication for both groups, older to double, and then your new DTs.
Okay. So basically, um, showing up myself. Like I'm not just sitting back and having my team work. Like I am showing up every dang day. Like I post to my Facebook like 3 to 4 times a day. I am adding to my my story. I am, we have a team group page and I go live in there. And what I like to do in my group page is every like once in a while, I love to pop in there and I just do a live and I'm like, hey guys, are you new here? And like I'll label it, are you new here? And I will basically just tell them who I am. Hey, like I'm your double diamond leader, Dayna. This is where I started. This is where I am now. This is where I'm headed. Can't wait for you guys to join in and come along for the ride. And then I just give them tips and tricks like right off the bat so that my team can be tagging their newbies. I love doing that because then they see my face, they hear what I have to say, and they just learn a lot coming right into the business. Another thing is I do a lot of one-on-ones. So this is the part that's like very time consuming. And at one point I got really overwhelmed because I was like, I don't even have much time to do anything else. But the thing is like I've learned to, I'm getting better and better at it, like time management and everything from where I started. So I actually have a huge team here in Timmins. I don't know how that happened, but we are taking over the whole city. I probably have about 70 distributors here in just Timmins, and we're a very small town. So that being said, we are not all active, right? Like there's like out of like all the active ones, we are probably about 35. So it's a huge team. So I'm able to do so many one-on-ones in person. They come over to my house. I'll do a one-on-one in my office together. I will do um uh video calls, Zooms. Like I have a video call when I hop off of here with Hager. She's on right now. Hey girl. And basically just pouring into my team like one-on-one as much as I can because I don't know about you, but when somebody gives me that like full on attention, it can be 20 minutes. Like a 20-minute phone call, you will get so much out of that call. So that's a huge part of my leadership is the one-on-ones. And also teaching my teams to do the one-on-ones. So, having my team do the Zooms and the one-on-ones with their team and just kind of duplicating that. And it's been going really well. Now, when people used to onboard, I used to make it into this long drawn out process of they would sign up and it was like, okay, go do your tax information. Okay, do your boards. Okay, let's make this big long milkshake. I don't know if you guys know this, but we no longer need milkshake or link tree. You can actually send our our websites through Messenger now. So super excited about that. That definitely cuts down the time. I was getting them to write up their whys, which also took like days. Sometimes they wouldn't get back to me for like 3 days later. So now, what else? It was just very drawn out. Like it would take me like a full week to get somebody actually started. So now when somebody signs up, we get the tax information done right away. And I'm like over the top excited. It's like, okay, girl, you're done. Okay, next step. Get them set up with the boards. Next step. We don't even have to do their website now. I just teach them what their website is, their Canadian site, their American site, done. I try to get them on a one-on-one or a call ASAP. Like I just say, when are you available? And we get on. So that's been huge. What else? Trying to think now. Oh, happing. So I like to do a screen recording right away and get them happing like within the first 24 hours of joining. I love to do like a screen record. I'll show them, where we send the money in for the HAP draw, why we do it, how we do it. I get them set up with their very first post. Instead of getting them to post their why, now I'm just like welcoming them into the team with like just this little graphic, like welcome to the team. And it just makes things move along that much sooner, faster, because that is where I was getting a lot of the hesitation from. A lot of people were just like nervous to put it out there. So with me doing it for them, it just kind of gets things rolling. And then we start moving into like income producing activities. That's where I want to get to right away because I know that they're here to make money. So I want to like help them transition into that right away. So yeah, I'll just do a screen recording showing them exactly how to hack. And I try to get them hacking within their first 24 hours. And that has been the biggest transition out of my training. And I have a board made, so it's very easy for my team to duplicate and follow along. So that's basically it.
That is so awesome. So it's just, you're cutting out like the fluff work and it's just watch what I'm doing. You're leading from the front. And I think, guys, that's so powerful to know too. Like, I think you have to lead loudly for people to learn from your social media. Like I could watch your social media and learn the basics of this business. I see you making your coffee every day. I see you having the before and afters. Like you can watch that because of your action and it's because you lead loudly, dang dude, this is like so good. Okay, so you're just keeping it simple. You have your leadership, you're doing the one-on-wall actually, or the one-on-wall one-on-one. One of the questions I had for you is like how, because when one-on-ones can be time consuming, especially if you're enrolling a lot, but they're valuable, like you said. How do you dictate who has your time?
The ones who show up. So the
And
ones
what
who
does that look?
I don't chase people.
No.
So if I message somebody and we book a one-on-one and they do not show up, right? Then you know what? Everybody else comes first now because my time is very valuable. And I might, like, if they were scheduled to come to my house for a one-on-one, they don't show up or something like that, then the next time they want to plan something, it's going to be over Zoom because it's a lot easier to just have somebody else scheduled right after. And yeah, I basically make it known that my time is valuable and I will tell them like the fact that they didn't show up. So I'll say, okay, maybe it'll be easier if we just hop on a call. Are you free right now? I'm trying to just grab their attention right away because some people are just scared. They don't really understand, right? So as soon as I get them on that call, that's when the magic really happens. And you know what? As an introvert and a super shy person, like doing a Zoom like this is scary, right? Getting people on a call is scary, but I'm telling you, this has been like, this has made the most difference in my business is calls, one-on-ones in person, Zoom in person, even just Facebook Messenger, like on video calls. Um, they've all been huge. And also like setting timers and making sure I'm wrapping up the call. So I will basically tell people sometimes, you can talk like we can talk for a very long time, but being like, my next call is starting in about 10 minutes. Did you have any more questions for me? Because before, when I was doing them, we were going for like a full hour because I wasn't really managing my time very well. So now it's like kind of scheduling back to back has been going really well. We've been getting like a lot more covered right away. Um, And yeah, I think that making sure my distributors are on the same page as me as well. So like when we are having our roadmaps out and stuff, I like to put my really strong go-getters in a push chat. And we are like communicating with each other on what we're doing, what direction we're going in, how we're getting there, how we're leading our team. And I love just having that special close time with those people. Um, and that's about it.
And this is so good. I just had a question on the tip of my tongue, and then I read the chat, and then I just lost it. It's gone out of my mind. Okay, give me 2 seconds to think about what it was. Oh yes, I remember. Yes, I normally don't circle around that fast. Usually we have to take a little bit of time, don't we? Okay, this is my last question. This has been so good. You just spent time with Stacy. And I know that when you're around the family and when you just did a retreat, like the vision when you come out of something like that is like unexplainable. And I know that those alcalas, I mean, they can talk some vision, like they inspire you. So leave us with like just what you're excited about, the vision that you see for, our company, our country. Just close us out with that.
Okay, well, I will say that Stacey Alcala's daughter, Isa is what they call her. She inspired me so much. I have to say, you don't really realize how much your kids are watching you. Okay, like your kids are really seeing you. The fact that your little boy is sitting there and he's watching you like lead and controlling your Zoom and everything, like that's huge. That's something he's going to like he's developing these skills from you, even though it seems like he's not even paying attention. And just watching Stacy's daughter, the way she talked about Stacy, the whole family dynamic, it really makes you realize like it reminded me why I'm doing what I'm doing, really. So yes, I have those nights where I'm like, I'm doing a Zoom, like shh, go do something, be quiet, right? You have those times. But then I remember that like I left my 70-hour work weeks and now I get to create this dream life. I get to work whenever I want, right? But I have to show up and work. So I love the fact that if we have something going on in our life, like we're going on a family vacation on Friday, and I'm gonna like bust my butt off until we go, right? And then I'm taking that family time because I can. And I'm really excited about that. So just listening to Stacy pour into us was amazing. Canada is like big things are coming. I don't know much about it, but I know that there's like a lot of things coming. Whoever is going to green carpet, get excited. Yeah, I wish I was coming. I'm not coming, but if I could be there, I would 100% go. There's just some family health and stuff that I gotta stay home for, but I'm telling you, this is going to be huge. Canada is coming in hot. And yeah, she is absolutely amazing. And I'm really excited that, Shannon, Jay, and I had started doing these rank up retreats have been huge for our teams as well. And the fact that she was able to come and speak and pour into our teams, like I'm like lit right up. Like I'm ready to just no more just I'm not just gonna sit here at double. Like I'm ready to just like keep going. And I just see a really bright future for my family. So yeah.
Dude, well, this has been literally so good. You guys drop it in the chat. Like, if you were so inspired tonight, you have really inspired me. And again, congratulations on everything, dude. It's been really cool to watch you grow and just kill it. And you'll be walking across that millionaire stage, and I might be running right behind you, just keeping you on your toes. I'm gonna bear hug you on the stage or something crazy, shake you up a little bit. Just joking. I'm really grateful for you, dude. You're amazing. You inspire us all, and yeah, we're cheering you on to triple.
Thank you so much.
You're the best. All right, guys, we'll get this on YouTube tonight. Thanks for showing up. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys later. Right? You want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye. See you guys.
Bye.